Hello everyone, this is a short demonstration on how polymorphism works in PHP. Now, unlike other object-oriented programming languages such as C++ or Java, PHP does not have a built-in mechanism by which to overload a method call, but it does have mechanisms to override a method within a class. So let's take a look at a short demonstration of this. These are two classes that I wrote to demonstrate this concept. We have classes target and test, which both implement the same method called variable, has the same signature, with a subtle difference that, well, not very subtle, that variable in target assigns it to value +1 versus test, which assigns variable to value +2. So if we go ahead and instantiate these two classes and run them, we'll see what actually happens. Let's take a look at the instantiation now. So this is the instantiation of those two classes. We have target and test both assigned to separate variables, and they are both set to 1 using the variable call. Now, of course, when we go to print these out, we'll see that indeed these are going to print out 2 here and 3 here. And indeed they do. So you can see that when we go to call variable in test, we're actually calling the method within that class and not the method within target. So this is important to note because this is how you would override functionality within a class. Say you wanted to create an abstract entry and you wanted to instantiate that later and have some specific functionality to it and you needed to reuse a name, you can definitely do that. The only catch is you cannot really reutilize the functionality of this method. You do have the ability to call the parent function. However, when you call it, the only way to call it is through a static call. So you use the double colons here. So I can write parent variable and then pass in my value there. Now here's the catch. Because this is a static call, anything that you call within the parent does not have access to the data within the class. So what you would need to do instead is to do this assignment. Something like that. Now, of course, in this case, it's absolutely useless to do that. But for demonstration purposes, let's see what happens with this line now in place. And you'll see now we're getting a value of 2, which indicates that the variable method here is the dominating method call. Now, of course, if you wanted to provide access to the private variable from this class, you could redeclare it here. That might work. I haven't tried that. Your mileage may vary. So a little bit of a gotcha, but for basic polymorphism, of course, overriding is perfectly sufficient. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.